is your News Source Evening Bulletin for today, Friday, the first day of September in the year 2023. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting, and here's what we're tracking tonight. The chairman of the Alliance for Change, Cathy Hughes, did not mince words today as she addressed the ongoing feud between the president and the leader of the opposition, telling the leaders enough with the immature schoolboy behavior.
And different political parties can come in and out of government. But the principle is that if we want to move Guyana forward, we should be working with each other. An election campaign is merely a race. And in every race, there's going to be a winner. And we have to get to the level of maturity where regardless of who the winner is, we don't behave like little schoolboys in kindergarten. And we can reach out across the divide to build Guyana.
President Ali and the opposition leader Aubrey Norton have not held discussions in more than a year. In May of last year, they met for the first time officially to discuss a number of constitutional and statutory appointments. However, the relationship went downhill weeks later after a planned meeting between the two leaders fell through. The situation further deteriorated after the opposition leader refused to shake the hands of the president at an event, telling reporters that he will not shake the hands of his oppressors. This week, the U.S. expressed a willingness to broker talks between the two leaders, but the president has brushed aside that suggestion. Noting that a personal issue should not affect the development of the country, the AFC chairman Cathy Hughes said the president should be the bigger person and extend an official invitation to the opposition leader to discuss matters of national importance such as the rise in the cost of living and the impact on the working class.
This what appears to be an immature attitude just gets us absolutely nowhere. And that's what we know for sure now. What we know for sure is that when it comes to engagement, there is no progress. We're not going anywhere. All of us are not serving the people of Guyana with the current engagement or lack of engagement. We have decided clearly that a personal truce between, or personal vendetta between one and two persons is more important than sitting down and discussing the needs of the country and how we can help ordinary Guyanese that every single day are telling us they are facing huge challenges.
Ms. Hughes further stated that while the Constitution talks about inclusionary democracy, the government has done everything in its powers to sideline and marginalize the opposition. According to her, contrary to the norm, the government has not extended an invitation to the opposition members to sit on state boards. This, she said, goes against traditional practice that lent to democracy and transparency and accountability.
The minister in office would write the members of the opposition and invite them to choose their own person to sit on those state boards. And that whole process was a way of endorsing your commitment to transparency and accountability and independence of voice and thought. We have not received one letter inviting any political party or member of the opposition to sit on those state boards. In fact, the impasse was that this government selected persons and said that they were going to represent the opposition.
Further to that, she accused the government of excluding the opposition from the Independence and Republic Day celebrations. The AFC chairman said it is absolutely clear that the government is creating a one-party state. More news coming up in just a moment.
It's been a long time coming. Overdue, some might say. But now that it's here, it will change life forever, and it is here to stay. The future is now, transforming Guyana into the 21st century. Introducing GTT Fiber. Experience internet connectivity like never before. Speeds you deserve at prices you can afford from a name you can trust. Sign up today. GTT Fiber is here. GTT. Together, we rise faster.
Oh my lord! I just love to shop in this store. My customers, them gonna love all these things. So many different things in one place. Household items, electronics, toys, stationery, confectionery, exercise equipment, shoes and clothes for men, women and children, school things, costume, jewelry, perfume, makeup. Oh, look the makeup!
Giftland Office Max, Guyana's favorite department store.
Having your own car means peace of mind.
Having your own car means comfort and convenience.
Having your own car means freedom to get there on your own time.
It's Deal on Wheels at Republic Bank. It's time to get that new vehicle or upgrade to a better one with Republic. Super low rates and low down payment. Up to 8 years to repay and great prizes. Come in to Republic Bank today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Bust the flavors. We're full of flavors. Bust the flavors that me crave for. We're full of flavors. Tell your neighbors about the bust the flavors. Grab a bust the flavors. Yeah, thirst buster. Grab a buster. Bust the flavor, taste the savor. Bust the flavors. Bust the flavors.
Are you looking for the best high school education at affordable fees? Then register your child today at the VYC Academy. Now enrolling grades 7, 8, and 9 students for the 2023-2024 academic year. VYC Academy, achieving academic excellence. For more information, call us on 227-1013 or WhatsApp us at 613-4806.
Strong and solid in countries far and wide. New India Assurance, we're standing by your side. Golden service, half a century and more. New India Assurance, our policies are secure. From the heart of India, we serve these islands. The strength that you can trust, you're safe when you come to
New India Assurance Company. Assurance when you need it most.
For your home, motor or business insurance, visit New India Guyana office, 58 Brickdam next to Star Computers. Telephone 226-0415-7. Comfortable parking available.
Let's tell you now that the government of Guyana has indicated that it intends to reopen the tender process for the construction of that $700 million Amaila Falls hydropower project, according to the Vice President. China Railway Group Limited was initially selected for the project, but the company was having difficulties honoring its commitment to the Build, Own, Operate, Transfer contract that it signed. During a press conference on Thursday, Vice President Bara Jagdeo explained that the company had requested to change the contract's arrangement to an engineering, procurement and construction contract. But the government held firm to its position that if an amicable arrangement cannot be met, the government was willing to retender the project. Mr. Jagdeo could not say when the project will be back out to tender, but he stated that several new proposals have already been presented to the administration.
So when you have several proposals, the best way to evaluate is to go to a competitive process. We have not. We will have to go to that. We haven't launched it as yet, but we'll have to do that.
The Amaila Falls project was expected to commence construction last year and be completed by 2025. When completed, it is expected to add 165 megawatts of energy to the national grid. However, with the delays to get the project underway, the Vice President affirmed that the government would still be moving forward with the project, though the timeline has to be revised.
So the Wales project will generate up to about 300 megawatts power. We believe that we'll be able, when we bring the demand that is met privately to the demand, GPL demand, and then the growth because of cheaper electricity. You know, when you have cheaper electricity, which will be by 50%, about somewhere around 11 cents per kilowatt hour, that would allow, that would increase demand. People put in more things, appliances, AC and stuff. So you'd have a rapid growth. At some point in time, we'd have to look for other projects that come on stream constantly.
Through the project, the executing company would supply electricity to the Guyana Power and Light Company at a cost below $1 per kilowatt hour, provided that the entire equity required by the project and undertake all the associated risks with the project. Well, the outgoing U.S. ambassador to Guyana, Sarah Ann Lynch, believes that it is clear that China's footprint is undoubtedly growing in Guyana and the wider Caribbean in a number of areas, including the oil and gas sector, information technology, and even in agriculture. At her final press conference as U.S. ambassador to Guyana, Ms. Lynch said even as the country attracts investments from other countries, the U.S. hopes to remain its partner of choice. She said Washington has been working around the clock to connect U.S. companies with local businesses and expand their footprints here.
We tripled our bilateral trade over the past 4 years. We contributed to that success by hosting multiple large trade missions, and will continue to do more on the commercial front so that U.S. business people can build meaningful partnerships with local companies, educational institutions, and government ministries.
Bilateral trade between the world's economic powerhouse, the U.S. and Guyana, has tripled to over $3 billion under the leadership of Ambassador Lynch. Currently, close to 100 U.S. companies are investing in Guyana. Ambassador Lynch said U.S. companies bring a high quality of service to the people of Guyana.
U.S. companies bring some unique things to the table. I think they bring some unique things to any country in which they invest, and that's quality, excellence, on time, on budget projects, and high standards of safety.
The outgoing U.S. envoy also said the U.S. will continue to explore opportunities for investment in the country. She said the U.S. has been working with the Guyanese government to address issues of transparency and accountability in the procurement system. That system, she said, has improved.
We are seeing a procurement process that continues to improve here, and we think that's very important. It's important to modernize systems that will be very attractive to investors. Guyana's been able to attract many investors already, but at the rate at which companies are coming here to look at the opportunities, I think the more the country can do to modernize, to digitize, to have a process that's easy to navigate for companies, that will be in Guyana's favor.
And asked whether she believes the procurement system in Guyana favors Chinese companies more, the U.S. ambassador maintained that the process continues to improve, and the U.S. is welcoming to all improvements.
Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles, simply different.
The GRA will commence the registration of electric motorcycles from July 4, 2023. Present your electric motorcycle and the following documents to complete the registration: completed motor vehicle application form, purchase receipt or affidavit of loss, purchase receipt, and a valid ID. These documents and your electric motorcycle should be presented to the Licensed Revenue Office at Lamaha Railway Embankment or any of the 8 integrated regional tax offices across the country. It costs $750 to register your electric motorcycle, and the revenue license fee ranges from $1,250 to $2,500 based on the weight of the electric motorcycle. You will be given a 3-month grace period to register your electric motorcycle from July 4, 2023. Remember, you must be the holder of a valid driver's license to drive an electric motorcycle on the roadways. GRA, your partner in development.
Having your own car means peace of mind.
Having your own car means comfort and convenience.
Having your own car means freedom to get there on your own time.
It's Deal on Wheels at Republic Bank. It's time to get that new vehicle or upgrade to a better one with Republic. Super low rates and low down payment. Up to 8 years to repay and great prizes. Come in to Republic Bank today.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Purple Arts Productions presents Emerge 10, performance for children by children. So bring your children to the last lap entertainment before schools reopen at the Theatre Gale Playhouse September 2 at 18 hours. Admission $2,000. Purple Arts Theatre Productions Emerge 10, the award-winning children's group, compliments of Continental Group of Companies and Nalico Nafico, directed by Simone Dowding.
Minister of Home Affairs Robeson Ben believes that as the country's oil and gas sector rapidly expands, it is important for the Guyana Fire Service to prepare for the challenges that come with such expansion, economic growth and development. While delivering the features address at the Guyana Fire Service's first annual Sub-Officers Conference, Minister Ben said these are challenging times. He said while the government has been equipping the Guyana Fire Service with the resources, including specialized equipment, to effectively respond to fires, the fire service must align itself with the development that is unfolding in the country. Ben said while the government went ahead and built a fire station at Wales in Region 3, where the multi-billion-dollar gas-to-energy project will be constructed, it is important that it is retrofitted with the required resources to respond to any disaster that may occur in the oil and gas industry.
So we talk about Wales Fire Station, we put it in place, we're well ahead, but we have to outfit Wales in relation to the ability to fight fires which may involve oil and gas and will have large explosions perhaps. So we have to get it beyond the concept of merely being there.
According to the Home Affairs Minister, the government is also working to expand the reach of the fire service by setting up more stations in other parts of the country.
That in terms of the expansion of the service, we've had new fire stations built. We've expanded the service to Mabaruma, Madia, Letem, and Wales. We built a new fire station more recently at the Ogle International Airport, which is one of the busiest in the Caribbean, not only for international flights, but particularly for domestic flights.
And to boost the capacity of firefighters, the government through the fire service will be engaging the state of Roraima Fire and Rescue Service in Brazil to learn more rescue and retrieval techniques. The Home Affairs Minister also spoke of the importance of leadership in the organization and the delivery of quality service.
But the most important thing is leadership, initiative, and the quality of the delivery of that service in relation to engagement when you're called into action. How well are we prepared? Are our pumps working? Do we have all the proper disposal of assets and equipment in relation to getting the job done efficiently?
Mr. Ben challenged the leadership of the Guyana Fire Service and the subordinate officers to address rising challenges and misconceptions related to their operations. Meanwhile, the Chief Fire Officer Gregory Wickham said firefighters must capitalize on the resources being provided to build the country's fire service. He explained as well that the inaugural conference is intended to bridge the gap between management and the junior staff. Wickham said it is believed that the fire service's failures over the years to move forward as a result of the underperformance of some officers. The conference is intended to address existing shortcomings.
This present administration, understanding that, decided to create this forum so that we're able to bridge the gap, so that we're able to have information fed to you, generally the people who are the pillar between senior management and our junior staff. Both levels are very important. And so for us to have continuity, for us to have capacity building, for us to have development that is planned by the organization, it is important that you become a part and become knowledgeable.
While alluding to the theme of the conference, advancing performance through education and training, the fire chief urged the firefighters to capitalize on the various training and educational programs being offered through the Gold Scholarship Scheme. The Transportation Security Administration of the U.S. Department of Homeland Security has successfully audited the Cheddi-Jagan International Airport at Tamari. In a statement today, the Cheddi-Jagan Airport indicated that the audit was conducted from July 31 to the 4th of August and was aimed at evaluating the security measures implemented at the airport, as well as the compliance of the airlines with TSA guidelines for flights heading to the U.S. The audit process included on-site inspections, interviews with staff, and the review of security documentation, including training records and standard operating procedures. The statement said the audit verified that the Cheddi-Jagan International Airport has implemented robust security infrastructure and advanced technologies to maintain high security standards, which include modern baggage screening systems, CCTV surveillance, access control mechanisms, and trace detection equipment. The TSA team commended the airport and its stakeholders for being compliant with international standards and recommended practices. Chief Executive Officer at the Cheddi-Jagan Airport, Ramesh Gir, said the audits are always welcomed and serve to gauge the airport's performance in the highly regulated industry. He said the Cheddi-Jagan International Airport's management is always looking for ways to enhance security measures and is grateful to the TSA for their feedback and guidance. The audit success, the statement said, also reflects positively on the overall security record of the Cheddi-Jagan Airport, law enforcement, and the airlines. The TSA agents were accompanied by staff of the Civil Aviation Authority during the audit.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy Oil's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive.
Sorry.
Jack?
Hey.
Boys, where you going with all that speed?
Yo, today's the 15th. My NIS contributions are due, and I ain't even get the forms as yet.
Hold on. You mean to tell me that you're not aware that all self-employed persons can now make their NIS contributions using the MMG app from the comforts of their homes and offices?
Really? You know, I just pay my bills using MMG, you know?
Yes, Jack, and the thing's simple. All you have to do is open the app, select Pay Bills, Government Services, NIS, and Pay. They will prompt you to enter your NIS number, the month you're paying for, and the amount.
So, I don't need to submit any form?
No. The only time you submit in a form is when you're making a claim.
Wait, I could make a claim too?
Oh, no, man. You didn't know that? Yes. All self-employed persons are entitled to all benefits from NIS. Well, except for the industrial benefits. And here's the good part. All of their forms, you can download them from the NIS website.
Well, girl, I'm really glad I bumped into you.
Anyhow, make sure you pay your bills later.
Later? I gotta sit down right here and pay my contributions first.
Take care.
For further information, please visit the website at www.nis.org.gy, the National Insurance Scheme Facebook page, or your nearest NIS office.
Food Max Supermarket, located on the ground floor at the Giftland Mall, is your one-stop shop for all your grocery needs. We stock a variety of imported frozen meat and food products, fresh produce, and pet supplies, freshly made bread. Rotisserie chicken and patties are also available daily. Shop in comfort today at Food Max and let our courteous staff assist you in satisfying your shopping needs. Food Max, the fresh food specialist.
It's one of your biggest goals, getting your own home, where memories are made, where happiness lives. You may feel that home ownership or renovation is beyond your reach, but we at Republic want you to know that there's always a way. Ask us about our suite of mortgages. Let's help make your housing wishes come true. Or advise on how the equity in your existing home can finance other dreams and goals. Call or go online to learn more.
Look who's in the mix now. The new Buster Soda Water. 0 calories, 0 sugar, 0 artificial flavors. 100% refreshing. Taste Buster Soda Water today. Buster Soda Water. Now available for only $120.
With your regional and international news tonight, I'm Svetlana Marshall in the region. Former Brazilian President Jair Bolsonaro and his wife Michelle chose to remain silent when they appeared before federal police on Thursday to testify in an investigation into jewelry gifts they had received from Arab heads of state and never declared. They were called to testify in police headquarters in Brasilia, along with Bolsonaro's former aide-de-camp, his father, a retired army general, and a Northern military officer that was a presidential aide. To justify their silence, Bolsonaro's team argued that the case should be heard in São Paulo, where some of the jewelry was seized by customs agents at an airport there, and not in the jurisdiction of Brasilia. The gifts of jewelry, expensive watches and gold-plated figurines from Saudi Arabia were never declared, and were only known about when Bolsonaro tried to recover the batch that was seized by customs, police investigations showed. After the presidential gifts became a matter of public knowledge, a court ordered the couple to hand them over to the state. Bolsonaro's aide and his lawyer then sought to buy back the items that had been sold in the United States, the police said. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, says he's pleased to hear reports of crime-fighting successes as he rallied behind the police in their work. He said the progress being made was the good news that the children and the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago deserved, as he hailed a light at the end of the tunnel in the fight against crime. Dr. Rowley made the remarks during his feature address at the Commissioner of Police's Independence Day toast to the nation at the Police Administration Building, Saxville Street, Port of Spain, yesterday. According to the police, there has been a 0% increase in the murder rate and an 11% drop in serious crimes for 2023 thus far. The figures, according to the Prime Minister, are encouraging. As of Thursday, there were 392 murders for 2023, which was on par with the figures for the same period last year. And finally tonight, international news. Ukraine's forces have made notable progress in their push against heavily fortified Russian positions in the south, the U.S. government says. White House security spokesman John Kirby said those gains were made in the past 72 hours. Ukraine's foreign minister told CNN that Kiev's forces were advancing, but it was a tough fight. Russian claims to have taken strategic heights in the northeastern section of Ukraine. None of the claims have been independently verified. Mr. Kirby said Kiev itself had admitted that the push in the south, aimed at splitting the Russian land corridor to Crimea, was going slower than had been hoped.
And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting and encouraging you to stay safe.